This week's episode is brought to you by Balls of 10 Season 2, Bigger, Bolder, Badass. Streaming now on YouTube at Post Hysteria, or just go to posthysteria.com and get caught up on this season of Balls of 10 Season 2.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, really? Okay. Did you turn your phone off?
I did. Thank you for the case that doesn't work, by the way. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I try to help you out.
Yeah, you do.
You just shit on me.
That happens. That happens. I'm excited about today for a particular reason.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is someone we don't know.
Oh yeah. That's very interesting.
Yeah, we don't know this person.
I mean, I don't really actually know anyone that we talk to, really, unless they're alive.
Me. But
you know everyone. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I got street cred, but I'm saying like for all we know, this could be.
Oh yeah, you could be like a serial killer,
I'm saying
like, hey, I want to come on your podcast.
Yeah, or the next like Martin Scorsese. Like we have no
the gamut.
It's so huge.
Yeah.
It's so huge. But you know, I mean, people are watching and people are commenting.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, lots of comments.
And we're just going to leave it as that. Because if you watch our show, you will understand that we are really excited about what we're doing here.
We are.
We love film. We love filmmakers.
Mm-hmm. Mostly.
We love all kind of aspects of filmmaking. And that's really the short of it. So anything else that you have to say, kick rocks. So that's all I have to say.
Wow. You had a lot to say.
I did have a lot to say.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say after what you said.
Well, I know.
I'm speechless.
Well, I wish some of our commenters were. Anyhow,
that was a rogue thing, though. I don't even think it was about us.
It really wasn't, but still.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You know, all y'all should be nice out there because,
you should be.
Hiding behind your keyboard is weak.
Basement dwellers.
Mm-hmm. Basement dwellers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyways, I'm Tony.
And I'm Rochelle.
Welcome to the show. We were kind of all over the place there, but no, just getting back to our guest today, I am really excited because this person came to us because they were looking to help promote their work, right. And they found us.
Right. And
now they're here.
Yeah. It's like magic.
It is.
Yeah.
Like in the room.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
For sure.
So should we introduce him?
Do it.
Okay. Joe!
Hello.
Joe Taft, welcome to the short of it.
Thank you so much for having me, Tony and Rochelle. I appreciate it. Thank you for the very mysterious opening.
Yeah. Well, you know,
appreciated.
We don't know what's going to happen here. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's
you could be anyone.
You could be anyone and everyone.
Yeah.
All at once.
Oh, that's a good title for a film.
Huh.
Anyone and everyone.
I think they might have beat you to that one.
Oh.
But,
stop touching my pen.
I'm sorry. But
write that down. That's a great movie title.
But as we said, you know, you saw our show. That it's not a little show. It's a huge show.
It's a huge show.
Huge. And
if you have haters in your comment section, it's a real show. That's when you realize that you've made it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Why do you think that is? Yeah. You guys are just too
we're too good.
Badass.
We're too good. Yeah. Yes. We're too good. Yes. And you know, hate is gonna hate.
Mm-hmm. Truth.
You ain't got no haters. You ain't popping.
Joe,
come on.
Where have you been? I know. We need to put that in a promo? Just that alone.
Yeah, just that.
So, Curry College graduate, hailing from the town. Is Milton a town or a city?
It's a town.
I think it's a town. And you have no liquor stores in Milton.
You
didn't when I was living near there.
was a dry town.
I'm pretty sure.
It was.
Pretty sure down by on Blue Hill Ave.
Well, that's
next to the-
Mattapan.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's like right where that bridge, like that huge kind of cluster of all those roads that come together, and you can go 203 or something like that.
You're right. Yeah,
So-
Curry is pretty much right as Milton starts if you're getting off the highway. So yeah, that makes sense. So, but yeah,
Do you know what? Do you know what's in Milton?
What?
I didn't know you were from Milton.
I'm not
Vietnam.
from. Wait, what
Vietnam.
is in Milton?
Yeah, it's a mountain bike riding place.
Oh Lord,
That makes history very complicated in my
it
brain.
really does. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what else is in Milton?
What?
Great Blue Hill.
Yeah, but that's not as
Blue
good
Hill
as
Grill.
That's not as good
No,
as
the Great Blue Hill.
Vietnam.
It's where the antenna is for GBH, WGBH, Great Blue Hill. That's where the antenna is for
Oh, is that why it's called
WGBH.
GBH?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow, facts.
We're just dropping knowledge today. Boom, boom, boom. Anyways,
But clearly no one cares about Vietnam, the mountain bike riding place.
No.
That was actually bought by NEMBA, the New England Mountain Bike Association.
just nerd
Shout
it all
out.
out.
And
Go
turned
ahead. Nerd it out right now.
Turned it into a mountain biking mecca. An episode from season 1, Balls of 10, is shot in Vietnam. Yeah. Anyway, these are really irrelevant to anything.
I will say I'm not from Milton.
Okay.
I'm from the mean streets of Rockland, Rockland, Massachusetts. As they
Nice.
say.
Yeah.
Wait, that's north.
Yeah.
No, it's South
It's
Shore. South Shore,
Rockland?
yeah, like
Like-
like Weymouth or
Oh, okay.
Brockton. Yeah, we're
Okay.
right there.
I bank at Rockland Trust.
That's the one.
Okay.
I don't-
well known.
I don't think our audience needed to know that.
They might.
Unless they have nefarious intent. It's like, oh, now I know how I'm gonna get them digits.
So now that we've taken you to Vietnam and back, what was your passion for filmmaking? Is that why you were at Curry? Did you go to school for filmmaking?
Actually, no. So I think my journey to it wasn't necessarily like the traditional, but also like what is the traditional route to
True
filmmaking,
that.
right? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, I think everyone has their own journey to it, right? But for me, I started look, I was given a digital camcorder by my parents at like the age of 9, and I just found myself to be very infatuated with documentation. Like I felt like I needed to vlog everything, and I think that that's pretty common for people these days, like young kids and stuff. And I think it's probably even more so now than it was when I was young. My first love was baseball, and I always like cringe a little bit when I start to talk about baseball, but I think that's important context because it's the first thing that I ever felt really, really passionate about. And went to college partially because I knew that, or I went to Curry partially because I knew that they had a really good communication program, but also because I thought I had an opportunity to play baseball. And at the end of the day, that didn't really work out, but I was able to transition to really figuring out like where in the communication world, in the media world, I wanted to land. And I guess you could say that I still haven't quite figured that out because I kind of have my toes in a lot of pools.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
TMI, Joe. TMI.
Yeah, wow, that's it. Whoa.
I'm getting real, man. I'm getting really real. Because, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I mean, at Curry, I studied communication, and I was a multimedia sports journalism concentration, but all my electives, I took film stuff.
Okay.
So because I found it to be like fun and my passion, where after like a year, maybe my sophomore year, by then I kind of realized I wasn't going to be like a traditional journalist, right? Like I wasn't going to be pen to paper, knocking on doors at 5 a.m. Like it just it wasn't like appealing to me in the way that I thought it maybe was when I was in high school, but I knew that I wanted to do it from an angle of visual, like telling stories visually, multimedia stuff. I mean, podcasting was starting to become really big. Things of that nature. I know it's not visual, right? But different multimedia ways of creating stories, and so and grabbing like emotion from your audience. So I did that route, excuse me. And by the time that I graduated college, I had a pretty good idea of at least like a way to get a job and to
A very
tackle it.
important thing.
Yeah.
Right. So I
Yeah, indeed.
yeah, some would say in this economy.
Yes.
I my first job out of college was for a production company. My boss, I still work for him today, part-time, Jeff Riccio, Riccio Productions. He does
Shout out, Jeff.
huge shout out to Jeff. Jeff is a huge inspiration and role model to me in my media career so far for what it is. Jeff is he brings on a lot of different clients. He mainly sends me to go and shoot college sports. So I've had a really, really good opportunity with him getting to different schools, and I was doing that in college as well. And it was just really nice to find a way to continue doing what I was doing there. But with the film stuff, I did some shorts in college and enjoyed it, directing and writing. And I mean, when you're at that point, you're pretty much wearing every hat,
Yes.
right? Writing, directing,
You
editing.
still are, Joe.
I am. No, I am.
We're yeah.
For sure. Camera operating and get into that a little bit. Like I still do it for college sports. So I feel very, very confident with the camera in my hands, and the idea of like delegating responsibilities to other people, I can get into that later, but is something that's very intimidating to me in a lot of ways as somebody who, when you feel confident about your abilities. But anyways, when it comes to film, I had made some shorts in college, and then I went on to, it was, I think 2022, 3, when I was like, I want to do something outside of college and kind of be the one to bring these people together and to tell a story. And I mean, I didn't see anybody that I was going to school like really doing it to that degree. So I just thought I would like pave the way for myself to get on like, and at the end of the day, I think it really came from a place of wanting to create. I mean, like there's people who want to be in the film industry and get on set and things like that. And, big sets and productions. And I haven't really taken that route to it yet. I've really just been creating from within and kind of working with the peers that I made in college and school and work. And that's kind of where I'm at. So I've made 2 short films outside of college. I made The Innkeeper that came out in 2023. And then I've made Hey Missy, which is currently on its festival run and should be coming out to the public in 2026. So
That's awesome.
thank you.
Now, what kind of films did you grow up? I got to take a step back. When he said
Please.
that his parents got him a digital camera at age 9, I'm trying to think of what I received at age 9.
I had a Merlin. Do you remember the Merlin?
No.
It was a handheld. It was about this big.
When you were
It was
9?
red. Yeah, and you played like electronic games on it.
Oh, that thing.
You could play
Yes.
blackjack. You could
Yes.
play, I had one of those. I don't know if it was 9, but it
I
was
got-
around that area.
I had the one that you played the football in. It was like
I had the basketball one of that, yeah. Those
yeah.
were so fun.
Yeah.
The basketball ones.
Yeah.
Go really fast, yeah.
God, we're old. But what kind of films did you like? What's your go-to genre, if you have one?
So as a kid and as a young person, my film watching catalog was not super deep, right? I think it was very standard, like huge fan of like Star Wars and big budget tentpole stuff. Of course, I still think Star Wars is an absolute,
Love Star-
inspiration, right? I mean, of
Yeah.
course, right? Like independent film masterpiece in that way. But today, I mean, I think that the amount of movies I've been trying to watch over the past few years since I've been directing has grown exponentially. Genre, I mean, I've really found a fascination for horror stuff. I think that right now horror is kind of entering a new golden age. I think that there's so much coming out.
Yeah.
That people are so stoked to see in a environment of movies where it's kind of like harder to get people to go to the movie theaters, but it feels like horror is doing that still to this day, and it
Right.
always has. I think if there's one constant in the movie industry, it's been horror. Right?
Yeah.
So
That's true, yeah.
People
absolutely.
want to get scared on a large level.
Yeah.
I'm not a horror person. No offense
I
to
am.
any horror people. But yes, you are.
Love horror films.
They're also, kind of the way reality TV came to television. Horror movies, they're cheaper to make. They're easy, quick turnarounds. And, if you can make someone jump out of their pants, I guess that's a good thing. Your clock is beeping.
Or not making a sound.
It's not. Usually it makes a sound. It does. You have to talk into your mic when you're talking.
I'm not sure who it was, Tony, but I can't.
Oh, sorry. V's mic is dead.
When's the funeral?
Now, your experience behind the camera. So you said that, wearing all these different hats. What else do you do? Like, are you an editor? Do you do it all?
Yeah. So on my first movie, for example, I, wrote the screenplay, directed, produced. I was getting everybody together and setting up times and things of that nature, camera operating. I guess I wasn't technically the DP, but I storyboarded all those shots and planned out how we were going to light them in this space because I knew the space very well. Yeah, I'd say that's and edited the movie, and whether it was like sound mixing or color and all that, I was doing all that. And my second movie is where I was talking about delegating. I've started to try and allow people who specialize in those areas to really kind of do more of it.
It's hard.
It's like impossible. People, I feel like people don't really talk about that element because when you start as an indie filmmaker or a student filmmaker, you're doing everything.
Everything, yep.
And then it's you have to decide figure out where your strengths and weaknesses are and allow for other people to step in. And for me, that's been I try not to see it as an ego thing, but I think at the end of the day, it kind of can be, because you have to leave it at the door and be look, I know that I can edit and I'm capable and stuff, but editing is when I'm thinking about editing, that's where the movie really comes to life, right? And so as a person who has their toes in every pool, pre-production, production, and post-production, I feel I can't give this away to somebody else, right?
It's your baby.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. And so, but then different elements of it. So I did a color grade for Hey Missy that I felt was fine, right? But I'm not a colorist and I understand that. And so finally, just recently, we hired a colorist who is a professional, Daniel Goldberg, and he did an unbelievable job. And we're very fortunate to now be showing that version of the movie at festivals moving forward. So, it's that's an example where I feel I'm getting better.
Yeah. And, and you have to, you'll burn out, right? If you continue to do it all by yourself. I think we're both guilty of that. I think we all are guilty of that, because it is your baby and you're here, but don't drop it. Don't stop. No. And so it's kind of hard, but you will burn out if you don't try and take it and be able to delegate that. And also know that as the director, as the person in charge of the film, you get to also say, you know what, I don't really like that. Can you do this over? And, being able for people that you are working with to check their egos at the door, but.
Absolutely. I think that one of the things that I've learned on this production in particular is that one of the most important facets of filmmaking to me has become building out your crew with people who you trust to translate your vision to the screen.
Absolutely.
Because they may be super, super talented individuals with a lot of creative chops and technical ability. But if you don't trust them you can trust them in personal kind of way, right? But to trust them to do what I feel is what needs to be done for this movie to work in the way that I envisioned it to work, then it's you gotta cut ties.
That's why I only work with Rochelle. Yeah.
Valid.
And my husband.
Okay.
Yeah, Greg's good.
Pretty much it.
Dang. Hey V, I appreciate you, bro.
Not any. So talk to us about what we're going to see today.
Sure, love to. Yeah.
Set it up. Knock it out the park.
Baseball reference. I saw that. That was good.
You're welcome. I do my best.
What we're gonna watch is actually the first couple of minutes of Hey Missy today for the viewers to enjoy. It's kind of an exciting moment because people have seen the trailer. The trailer was before we had this new awesome color grade, and also it's the first time that an extended amount of time, like a full scene, is going to be available for people to watch readily. So I hope we all enjoy that.
So this is like a debut. This is like
a little bit. This is yeah.
All right, let's take a look at Hey Missy.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Nice set, bro. Come on, Bobby, I still got it. Yeah. You see that? Yeah. Watch this. What's up, baby girl?
Nice shirt.
Thanks. We won't say that yet. I would have played at the university too, but my coach was a fucking pussy.
Yeah, I'm about to wipe this down and then you can get on it.
Oh, I don't need the machine. I'm Andre.
Missy.
You know, you're like really hot.
You're like really awkward.
So, got a boyfriend?
Who's asking?
Who do you think? Dre.
What were you thinking?
I don't know. Dinner? Maybe a movie.
When?
Well, how about Saturday?
How about tonight?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Sure.
Sure?
I mean, yeah. That's cool. I guess.
You gonna take out your phone or something?
Oh, yeah. I think you got some lipstick or something on your shirt.
Oh, that's not lipstick, that's blood.
So yeah, so we can give the kind of idea of the film, right? That we have Missy, who we see in the beginning, and she lures men into a false sense of sexual bliss before brutally murdering them. It sounds like a horror.
Yeah.
That would be correct.
Yeah.
Peggy's all over
Our
that.
in-studio audience is like, wait, that's the route this goes. It is, in fact, it is, yes.
Where did you shoot it? Like, tell us some of the behind-the-scene magic.
Yeah, we shot it entirely, 90% in the town of Easton. The one scene that you saw a majority there actually was the one that was not in Easton, that was in Weymouth. We shot mostly in Easton. Because of my position over at Easton Community Access Television, we were able to utilize a lot of the assets over there at the studio and the crew, a lot of the crew work at ECAT, things like that. So it was a very, I guess you could say, like a hometown kind of vibe. You know, everybody kind of knew what it was, and it was, I think there's, I don't know exactly how many locations off the top of my head, but it was I refer to it as the Adam Green or Kevin Smith like style of filmmaking.
Yeah.
Like you go and you get the gig at the TV station so you can use all the equipment,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
ECAT is more than that to me, but it is very much like an unbelievable resource, right? To be able to utilize what you have. That's like the indie way of doing it, right? So
Yeah.
So does that mean you use the Panasonics over there? Is that?
no,
Oh,
we
okay.
did not. We did not. We used we shot it on a Sony FX30. Actually, my boss Jeff's Sony FX30. Shout out to Jeff. And we rented some lenses and kind of went that whole route. So yeah, we had a blast with it. At the end of the day, the whole cast and crew. We probably had a crew of 15 to 20 any given day. That day in the gym was our second day of shooting, and that was crazy because if you see my first movie, it's pretty much just a guy in a building, huge building, and we had a crew of maybe 10 to 15, so it was like usually more so like 10, and that was very, very small, right? And obviously Missy didn't have a huge production either, but that day on set with the extras, so many people, it felt like so many people, and that was the first time that I felt as a director like, oh, this is my show, and I need to corral everyone into getting onto the same page.
Yes.
I do have a really funny story from that day where we thought we were going to have like more time to shoot in general, and the wonderful people who allowed us to use the space were like, so we had broken for our meal. It wasn't really lunch because we were shooting at night, but we broke for our meal, and we still had a lot of that conversation to get through, and some pickups and stuff, or inserts and stuff like that. And it was like, yeah, so when do you guys think you're going to be done? And we're like, I think, we still have however many more shots. They're like, could you maybe get it done in like an hour?
Ooh.
Like, I'm like, an hour from now or an hour from when the meal's over? He's like, probably like an hour. And I remember I was so scared.
Yeah.
But my producer and assistant director, Melissa, who is fantastic, shout out Melissa. What's great about her, and I think that our chemistry on set is really, really great because I have a tendency to have very high highs and very low lows. Melissa is very
even
keel, stoic.
That's what I am to Rochelle.
It's important to have someone like that, somebody who can ground you a little bit, right?
She'll just join right in with me. Are you kidding me?
She knows how to push the button, right? I've seen the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yes, absolutely. So in general, I think this movie, I'll make this.
Wait, you have to finish the story. So how did you resolve it? What did Melissa do?
How else do you say the story ended? We got it done. We shot the scene, and we were at, and so I'm like, as we're getting like the shots that didn't need audio, I'm like, hey, can all you guys like start bringing stuff out to the car?
Yeah.
Start getting out of here, and we expedited in the way that we felt was efficient, the most efficient we could. I remember okay, that was fair for you to bring that back. I appreciate that. I was nervous, and Melissa was like, listen, like we can only deal with what we have in the time that we have it. So we have no time to be nervous or woe is me, right? Like we got to go. And so we just did. And so I didn't really, I feel like I have a tendency to like not really be on lunch, like get lunch, like because I'm while they're all getting lunch, I'm with my DP and figuring out the next shot and stuff. That was absolutely the case that day. That day, and I think that was there were some chaotic days on set. That was one for that reason, but still I appreciate the people from that gym so much for allowing us to use the space and things like that. So yeah.
And so tell us about like where do you want to go with this wonderful, not just Hey Missy, but just in general, like your careers. Is this something that you want to do? Because we can tell you, independent filmmaking is heartbreaking. It's a wonderful, and actually, if you've watched our show, you saw Joe Reitman a couple weeks ago, who was our wonderful guest, who said, if you could do anything else, do it. Because, it is. It's you have this idea and you get it out on paper and you're ready to go, but then you can't get this person, or this costs too much money, or what have you. And even, just the story that you brought up, just like, okay, I need you out of here in an hour. And it's like, ah!
Right.
So, but are you willing to take this road? Mr. Joe.
Oh, suddenly she becomes the wise woman.
What was it? Titles make my skin crawl. No. I think
That's another good one.
I forget what that's a reference to, but
You're writing on
I
my
think
paper
for
with
me-
my pen. It is. I love that pen.
I think that for me, I think right now I am in a like it's so cliche, but like heading toward like the end of a chapter and about to enter like a new one, and you're kind of in that transitionary period where there's going to be like a cliffhanger. But I think there's so many different angles, like potential routes that I could go in the media world, in the creative space. There's nothing that I've ever felt more fulfilled by than creating something, having something start here and end up there.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
answer I was looking for.
Yeah.
You won.
For real.
You won. You
Yeah.
got the A.
Yeah. You
Where's
win.
this
Thank you.
paper? We got
I
the
don't know.
A.
Yeah.
No, seriously, because
Yeah.
if you don't have that passion, you're never going to be good at this.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Or as my ex-partner's father used to say, if you don't fucking have to do it, then don't fucking do it.
Oh, that's a
There's
banger.
that. There's that.
I love that.
But yeah, it's because I think that there are a lot of people who are in your shoes right now, dipping their toes in many pools and trying to figure out, what I don't even know where to end this thought that I have in mind with the pools.
Well,
and the toes and
I think it's like it's heartbreaking because there's a very good chance that the thing that you love the most about media is not going to be the thing that pays your bills.
Yeah.
And you have to sort of get in a place where you're okay with that. And I think a lot of people have a hard time with that, or they're just waiting for their break to do whatever. I want to do this, but I need this. And what you were talking about before, like the indie spirit is just what do you have and what can you do with that, which is what you're doing. And you are working in media, which is, a step in the right direction. And it gives you, like you said, it gives you access. So
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally access.
Yeah.
Cable access.
cable access. Dun-dun-dun.
I think what you were starting to mention too, you were talking a little bit about kind of the landscape of media and where it's at in 2025 and the way that people consume entertainment in 2025, right? And I think when it comes to that, there obviously the film industry as a whole, right? Like I think people's attention spans are very short, and the time and effort and energy that people are willing to put into viewing a film or even making a film has just changed. I think people have different perspectives, and that's always going to happen, right? In every industry. But I think specifically in this day and age where everybody's on their phone all the time, 24/7, being able to, like, for me, like, make time to go to the movie theaters is one of those things that I never realized that I truly needed until I started doing it. It's like self-love.
It
for
is.
me, you
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
It is.
Going on a little solo date, getting a big old thing of popcorn and just
With real butter.
yes. I'll take the fake kind. I love
It's
it.
it's all fake. I don't even know what it is, but it is. It's an experience, and I think you and I from the generation where everything should be seen on the big screen. And my esteemed co-host here is about to cringe, but there's even talk about making vertical
No,
movies.
there's not.
Yes, there
No,
is.
there's not.
No, it's a thing. It's a thing. I know. I told you she was going to cringe. She'll come back to us when she's done.
Yeah.
But she's,
spasm passes.
but in a way, and this, and you kind of brought this up, and we can have this conversation. It's like, do you meet your audience where they're at? And right now, audiences are on their phone, and they have an attention span of maybe 45 seconds. And if you can't grab them there, like, even watching your clip, like we appreciate the things like the rack focus and the slow zoom in and right. But that's the art of it.
Yeah.
How do you translate that to somebody and then have them wait until she gets to the gym and then she cuts the pizza and you know what I mean? So it's a challenge.
I'm so happy you brought that up because it gives me a chance to address exactly that. When I was making this movie in the edit, obviously, like that's the order in which I wrote it. And so then I'm putting it together in the edit and I'm like, I think I need to like make something way crazier happen in the first 30 seconds because I'm going to lose my audience. And then I was like, you know what?
Don't care.
Screw that.
Yeah.
I'm making my movie.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to compromise because of the landscape. And maybe that'll be my my fatal flaw, but I can live with that at this point in my career. Like I want to make the movie that I want to make. And that's why I got on set. That's why I woke up early to get on set to go do it. That's why I woke up early to get in the edit suite and do it and cultivate all these connections with these amazing artists that I've met. Why am I going to compromise to oh God, this is going to make a lot of people cringe, I'm sure, but to quote probably the director who made me want to do this the most, and get ready, Zack Snyder.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay with Zach.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right, great. Okay. I didn't get booed out of the
But,
stadium.
I mean, my favorite joke in a film, one of them is the Barbie.
The Barbie.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's
It was great. It's true.
so true. Yeah, but I still think there's merit to his work. Yes.
Definitely. And technically, like he didn't write it because Watchmen was a graphic novel by George Miller, right? And but Rorschach says never compromise, not even in the face of Armageddon. And for me, like I think that's something that he's taken throughout his career, where he's not going to compromise as a director, as a creative visionary, and that's something that I find a lot of inspiration in. And
I mean, the reality is that the business is changing, and the larger movie companies are funding less films. There are movie theaters that are closing left and right. We used to have 3 here in Leominster. I think we have 1 now, and it's never ever packed, or I've never waited in line for anything. So, but I also believe very strongly that independent filmmakers are finding their way in this space, that there is going to be an audience because we're, coming July 4th in 2026. Yeah, nobody's going to remember that. No one cares, right?
For real.
But we have an opportunity as independent filmmakers to say, okay, while you're waiting for this, here, look at that, and here, look at that. And, but I also understand that meeting the audience where they are may have to result in doing things.
Don't even do it.
differently.
Nobody has to make a vertical video. No one.
like you guys can turn your phones. It's okay. It's that. That's all it is, right? I'll hold my tongue on the vertical thing because I know some people who actually are like working in the space and really enjoy it and stuff. And so even though that's maybe not everybody, but that's just, that's how it is. So I don't know. I don't necessarily see
think I
myself
wanna
going
try
that
it.
route, but okay.
As an experiment. I know your face is like piercing my heart right now. I get it.
I mean, it's a long held bias, as you know, but our audience does not. I started out as a photographer and equally abhor verticals in photographs.
Yeah.
Like I don't do, I just don't like, I used to tell my classes, like, you're not allowed to shoot vertical photographs. I mean, some of them believe me, but most of them just laughed at me. But
like you couldn't tell the difference. No, this was landscape, I promise you.
Just start gaslighting the absolute hell out of you.
yes,
This is horizontal.
yes.
Crazy. Funding Hey Missy mainly had to do with working with my wonderful boss at ECAT, Kim Pincus, on finding a way to fit it into the budget for the year. And so we always kind of have room for a special project in our budget every year. And so it just so happened that last fiscal year it kind of worked out that was an opportunity that presented itself. So yeah, it was, a few $1,000. And we were super fortunate in where the crew, a lot of the crew members who work at ECAT, they were able to clock in for the days that we were on set, things of that nature. Yeah. So, and we had budget set aside for our actors and for our intimacy coordinator and other freelance kind of like outside sources of crew, right? And yeah, at the end of the day, it's like you just kind of you plan it all out and you hope for the
Beg.
best, right?
You beg.
You beg.
You do a lot of begging.
That's a good point too, because not every dollar that went into this production necessarily came from the studio, right? Like we found shout out my boss Jeff, Riccio Productions. He's helped us out a lot. There are other people from the town of Easton who have been very supportive of our movie. I've put some money into the movie, right? And I think that's pretty common when it comes to indie stuff, right? Or you know, because I believe in it. I want it to be great. And sometimes that just takes, you know, you bite the bullet a little bit. Like, I'm not expecting to make any money off this movie. That's not the point.
Right.
I mean,
Right. But I think that that's a good point because, I mean, you know, and we've talked about this and asked other filmmakers, you know, there's crowdsourcing, there's, you know, you ask your rich uncle or, you know, what have you. And, but the idea is, you know, the business model for independent film suggests that you're not going to make a lot of money doing this, right?
For sure.
But does that negate you feeling, this is going to be corny, feeling that you have a richness in yourself for creating the work that I can't even say it with a straight face, but you know what I'm trying to say.
It's emotionally rewarding.
Yes.
You sort of got a little tear afterwards.
Don't wipe it. Don't wipe it. For Tony's sake, don't wipe it. Just let it
Slow zoom in. But yeah, I mean, you know, and this is not to discourage indie filmmakers. Right. It's not. But that is the nature of the beast. And every once in a while, one gets through.
Right.
And then, you know, great. It's wonderful. But it's important to understand that you're not going to drive a Porsche after Hey Missy. You'll win some awards. You know,
if I rent one out in LA,
you can do that. Get the convertible.
A few of my crew members did actually. They had a really good time. Rented out on Hollywood Boulevard. Yeah,
nice.
But
but you know, you'll get into film festivals. You'll get some laurels. You know, and that always helps. You know, and actually at the end of this year, we're going to talk to Zach Lee, who is a professor at Fitchburg State. That's going to really talk about the whole film festival circuit and give some good gems for that. But, you know, I think that, you know, what you're doing is fantastic. And, you know, I can't wait to see Hey Missy and, you know, anytime you have stuff, you know, send it over. We'll have you back on, you know, because it's all about supporting.
Yeah, for sure.
appreciate that.
So we always try and ask our guests, you know, what piece of advice can you give to other filmmakers?
So I think, so I don't repeat what I said earlier was still important about finding your people who you trust that can get your vision to the screen. But other than that, I would say just, it's kind of in the vein of like, if you gotta love it.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a call to service for people who become politicians or something, right? Like it's you have a call to.
Not right now.
Maybe that's not the best example.
Yeah, right.
Maybe people who are called to serve the country in the military or something. Like, I don't know.
Fair enough. No.
Teachers.
Teachers. There we go. Teachers.
Sure, a call to some some higher power that you feel that you have to do it, and it's like if you feel that, then do it. I mean, I don't want to discourage anybody from trying to be an artist, right? Because it's a very personal thing to them. So, long story short, like just if you love it, then go for it. If you have the means, go for it. Like not everybody is blessed with this opportunity, and quite frankly, like privilege that I've had to pursue it to this level already.
Yeah.
And because of that, like I want to make sure that I do right by everybody who's offered me those privileges, and you know, my mom, my dad, my colleges, like everyone that my teachers, everyone who has allowed me to get to this point. I think that's another bit of advice. Like, do it. If you can't do it for yourself, like do it for the people who have gotten you there.
I love that.
If you don't fucking have to do it,
Don't
do it.
For you who are watching, Joe saw our podcast, saw an opportunity to come and talk about his work, and that's what we do here at The Short of It. Is we want you to come on and talk about your work.
Yeah. So if
And
you're
have
cool,
Yeah.
and you fucking have to do it,
Yeah.
come on our show.
Come on our show.
Fuck it.
Absolutely. Yes. There we
do it.
go. And that's the short of it.
It is.
The Short of It is brought to you by the Den Beauty Lounge. Visit thedenbeautylounge.glossgenius.com for more information and book your appointment today.